Chapter 6. The Game of Suspense. The week passed for Malik as if it were a century. It wasn't measured in days or hours, but in gasps, the kind that come with a soul about to break. There were the exhausting shopping, trips with Nawal, and the jewelry trials where Malik stood like a frozen mannequin, powerless. Faded smiles and words of congratulations were hurled at her face while she felt walls being built around her soul, closing off every exit to freedom. Then came Thursday, the day of reckoning. The Fatiha was read, the jewelry was presented, and she smiled with a wooden face. The night ended, but it left behind a heavy stone sitting on her chest. Monam had been silent all week, no word of reproach, no look of tenderness. When it was all over, he returned to speaking with her normally, as if he hadn't broken his daughter's heart just hours before. Friday. Malik's room was drowned in a suffocating silence. She lay on her back, eyes fixed on the ceiling, while the fan spun with lazy boredom. A firm knock on the door, and Monam entered. He looked at her coldly and said, "Well, aren't you accompanying Nawal to the market today?" Malap slowly smoothing her a drilling hand. "No, father, I can't today. I feel utterly exhausted." He shot her a stern look, the look of a father, imposing his will. "This talk is unacceptable. You must get closer to your mother-in-law and fiancé. No time for pampering." The words escaped Malik like a muffled scream. "Father, I don't love them. I can't stand that woman. And her son, Karim." She didn't finish before Monam's voice turned into thunder. "I do not want to hear this again. You must respect them. This is an order, Malik, and my word is final." Malik fell silent, tears trapped in her eyes. Monam added sharply, "Get up and prepare lunch with your sister. And get yourself ready. Karim is coming to take you on an outing, and Ziad will be with you. The matter is closed." He slammed the door with a force that shook her. Malik kicked the bed in frustration, muttering, "Everything is by force. Damned life," while Malik was in the kitchen. Amidst the clatter of pot switch, reflected her internal boiling, the door opened, and Mohammed entered with a wide grin, carrying bags and boxes from expensive brands. Mourning the prize. "What are all these bags, Mohammed?" Mohammed set the food down boastfully. "It's time for some luxury. Hajj, sushi, pizza, and grills. I wanted us to treat ourselves today." Malik was stunned. "Why all this waste?" "Lunch is almost ready," he answered. "I had a craving." "Malik, what's the harm?" Malik approached and opened a sushi box, her eyes widening. "Mohammed, do you realize how much this costs? Where did you get the money? This is way beyond your daily income." Mohammed faltered for a second, his eyes shifting. "And thank God, the provision is plenty. You earned all this in 1 week." "Yes. And soon I'll open my own shop," Monam asked suspiciously. "And where will you get the capital? Prices in Port Said are sky high." Mohammed replied with forced confidence. "I'm saving, father. You'll see soon." Malik remained silent, but a deep suspicion took hold of her. Mohammed is taking a wrong turn. She decided to watch him. She wouldn't let her brother lose his way. Malik stood before the mirror, adjusting her scarf with a pale face and lost eyes. Ziad suddenly hopped into the room. "Lulu, are you going to meet the fiancé with that wooden face?" Malik frowned. "Yes. Maybe he'll take the hint and leave." Ziad sat down with the calm of a sage. Listen, if you drive him away, Father won't stay quiet. He'll bring someone else. In the end, you'll find yourself locked up with someone like a stone wall. Just play along until we see how this ends. Malik looked at him in shock. The little boy's words touched a truth she feared. You know, Ziad. You're right. Karim arrived, and Monam welcomed him warmly. When Malik came out, Karim stood up eagerly and reached out his hand. Malik ignored his hand and busied herself with her bag. Fini! I'm ready. Shall we go? Karim recoiled with a slight embarrassment and smiled. Certainly. With your permission, Uncle. In the car, Ziad broke the silence with his usual chatter. At the beach, Karim's tone was quiet. He whispered to her, Malik, I know everything happened under pressure. I will wait for you until the feelings come on their own. Malik looked at the ground in strange confusion. It wasn't love, but a shaking of her old convictions about him. As they returned, Karim parked at the corner. Suddenly, they saw two shadows in a dark alleyway. Mohammed and Mustafa. Mustafa was handing Mohammed a wad of cash with suspicious speed. Ziad shouted, Mohammed. Mohammed panicked, and Mustafa tried to save the situation with a shaky laugh. Hey guys, this is Mohammed's commission from today's shipment. Our business is expanding. Malik gave her brother a knowing look, but she remained silent, feeling like there was a landmine beneath their feet. In a distant corner of the world, inside a legendary palace amidst the snow, the silence was terrifying. In a luxurious office sat a man in a costly black suit. His eyes dripped with cruelty. He struck the desk hard. How could the trust be lost in Egypt? Do you realize what is inside? Someone trembled. Boss, the police were chasing us. And the bag was lost in the crowd during the escape. The boss asked with lethal coldness. When do we return to Egypt? In a year and a half, or 2. Until the eyes calmed down, the boss fell silent. The coldness in his eyes was more terrifying than fire. Fini! A year and a half. Whoever found that bag and opened it can say goodbye to this world. Because when I return, I will make them wish for death and never find it. Discussion questions. Malik is starting to feel that. Karim might not be as bad as she imagined. Do you think this is the beginning of a real love story? Or is it just Ziad's advice that made her play along? The boss and his gang will return in 2 years. And Mohammed has already turned on the tap. Do you think Mohammed will destroy his family before they arrive? Or will the great confrontation happen only when the owners of the trust return?